Mazeroski tribute. He passed away yesterday. Here in this house, we're all big Bill Mazeroski fans, so we just thought we'd show off some of our memorabilia from Maz and from the Pirates in general that we have laying around. Had to pull some out, down off the walls and pull some out from drawers that have been kind of stashed away.
I'm gonna try that.
So we're just paying a little honor and tribute to Bill Mazeroski. Great Pittsburgh hero, Pittsburgh Pirate that passed away yesterday. We have a lot of Mazeroski things in our man cave. Bill was a friend of our family. I met Bill on several occasions and got the chance to hang out with him as a youngster. He and my grandfather were really good friends. That's how I got to meet him. Got a few things that are autographed from him, things that are near and dear to our hearts. Wouldn't be ever for sale. Just kind of cool to have them. Up here, this is a picture of Bill Mazeroski here fishing with my grandfather. His name was Mike. The funny thing is they belonged to the same Polish club. You can see it on their shirt, St. Joe's Polish Club. This frame came from Major League Baseball Players Alumni Association, so it's kind of a cool frame too. Anyway, they were crappie fishing down in Tennessee together in that picture. And if you look real close, Bill Mazeroski has an Oakland Athletics hat on. Some other things. This is just a mug from the 1960. I'm sorry, this is the 71 World Series. Mazeroski was on the team for the 71 World Series. He didn't play much that year. He was kind of reaching the end of his career there, but he was on the team. We have a lot of different Pirate stuff. Here, this is picture of Bill Mazeroski that he autographed for me when I was about 10 years old. Probably he wrote here to my name to Maddie, my fishing buddy, Bill Mazeroski. He and my grandfather would fish all the time in the summertime. My grandfather had a pontoon boat, and Bill would always come up and we'd go fishing. It was really a neat time as a kid to like hang out with. At the time, he wasn't in the Hall of Fame yet, but it was really cool to hang out with him on a boat, just go fishing. And he was just a regular guy, really. Funny story. We were all about him, Bill, me, and my grandfather. We were fishing one day on the pontoon boat, and we were bass fishing. And Bill gave me my first First time I ever had chewing tobacco. I was about 9 years old. He gave me some chewing tobacco. Bill always had that big wad in his side. You can see it in the picture here. Famous, you know, the old ball player, ball of chew in the side. And I remember my grandfather cautioning Bill to not give that to me, that it was going to make me sick. And sure enough, it did. Within about 10 minutes, I was heaving my guts over the side of the boat. I'll never forget that. And some of the other Mazeroski stuff we have is some sign art. We visited the Hall of Fame after he made the Hall of Fame. That's just like a postcard of his plaque. This is a picture of the famous home run that he hit to win the 1960 World Series. That's obviously Mazzy swinging the bat. And then this is an inlay of him turning third and running home. All famous pictures that anyone who's a Mazeroski fan has seen. This is even our dog. We got a female dog. So we came up with the name for her as Mazeroski as her full name, but we all call her Mazzy. She's named after Bill. She's a good dog. So we call her Mazzy. Her name's on her tag here. She'll lift her head up and show you. It says Mazzy right there. She's not gonna cooperate, are you? That's okay. That's okay. We even have some. Like I said, he was a friend of the family, so years ago, my parents were able to get. So Bill tried to start a restaurant. I have the menu somewhere in the attic from that restaurant. Here's his rookie card. This here is a golf trophy that my grandfather won from, and the tag kind of falls off now. It's from the Bill Mazeroski Fall October 6th and 7th, 1979. Second place trophy from the Bill Mazeroski Scramble. That was something he set up. I don't know. I guess I don't know what they did with the funds from that. But a couple good books about. Well, this one's pretty much how much of a great defensive player he was. Kind of covers that in this book. Mazzy's fluffing. Our Mazzy, the dog, is fluffing her pillow. Who is that a picture of in this book? That's a Steelers player. Trying to think who that was. Number 55. I met him. I don't even remember who it was. Anyway, this is a cool book if you're a Mazeroski fan, and you can find this book called Twin Killings. It's a cool book. It talks about how he was one of the fastest ever, they say, to turn the double play ball from the shortstop. They said it was like throwing it into the elbow of a stovepipe, that the ball went in one side and right out the other side to first base, from shortstop to second to first. That's one big takeaway I can remember from that book, just that end of the stovepipe, the ball going through there. This is another cool book. This book's about Maz and the whole 1960 World Series, and it's broken down into basically a where were you at when the Pirates won the 1960s World Series. So it's got interviews and things from different sports writers, beat writers, local Pittsburgh heroes, celebrities, things like that. There's another. Ooh la la. July 22nd, 19-something, Sports Illustrated. Swimsuit model. Bob Prince. He was a big announcer for the Pirates. Anyway, we do have, among some of the other autographs that we have this book was autographed by Mazzy, to Matthew Haight, to Matthew. Best always, Bill Mazeroski. And probably like our most prized possession is Cooperstown bat. This thing's really cool. So it's a real wooden bat. It's a little dusty. We haven't pulled it off the shelf in a while. If you look here, Hall of Fame induction 2001, and it has all his. Bring it in the light here. Has all his stats on there. Baseball Hall of Fame tag. And then we were actually able to run into Bill about 10 years ago at a meet and greet, and he was able to autograph this for me. And it had been probably 15 years since I seen Bill, and he said, I asked him, I took this picture with us to the meet and greet. And I said, do you remember this man? And he said, my grandfather's name. And I reminded him, I said, well, I'm his grandson. And he said, Matty, which is what he always called me, Matty. So he was more than happy to sign the bat for me. And that's actually the last time I saw him alive. I was really hoping with the family connection. My parents had not moved to Florida. They go to Florida in the wintertime. I was really hoping to catch up with him one more time before he passed away, because I wanted Antman to meet him. But he was probably the big driver in my life to follow baseball in general, follow the Pirates. You know, it really turned on like a love of baseball for me. Inspired me to play second base. I always wanted to play second base. They always put me at shortstop then, which is fine too. But yeah, I always wanted to be a second baseman. And I don't know if you guys have any questions about anything. We have other memorabilia. Some Roberto Clemente stuff. There's all kind of old pennants on the ceiling. Some Steeler stuff. Some Penguin stuff. Pitt stuff. There's some racing stuff. We have some cool cars. We were big Earnhardt fans. It's funny because they just had 25 years since Earnhardt passed away. So we have a collection of some Earnhardt cars. If anyone remembers this one, that was when Earnhardt did a 24-hour at Daytona race and his team won. This one's a neat one. This is a collage of pictures that my sister made. These are personal pictures that my sister took from the 2005 Super Bowl parade when the Steelers beat the Seahawks in Super Bowl 40. You got Roethlisberger, Hines Ward. This was Bill Cowher, and I believe that was his wife, who she has passed since. Paul Amalu. This is Jerome Bettis. He retired shortly after that year. Anyway, this is a picture of the crowd. I think it was, at the time, it was like the biggest crowd in like Pittsburgh history for anything. But we thought, with Bill's passing, we'd share some things, share some stories. Have a drink. Bill never, he was always a kind man. He always had time for kids, always had time for autographs. He never shied away from giving an autograph. do have another baseball card that's signed by him up in the attic somewhere, along with that menu I was talking about earlier. Didn't feel like looked for it a little bit, but didn't dig far enough to get it. We'll have to dig that out one day. Anthony, you got anything to say?
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
No.
No. Anyway, memory of Mazeroski, Mr. Bill Mazeroski. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for the heroics. God bless you. Rest in peace.